Brothers podcast, a Five Pillars of Mad Monolith production.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, my dear brothers, sisters, friends, and them foes out of you out there. Because I know it's not all friends out there, it's foes out there as well. And it's cool, you're tuning in, it's good. And welcome to another episode of the Ard Brothers podcast with your host, Dilly Hussain.
And your co-host, Aki Hussain. Assalamu alaikum, everyone.
Today is a different podcast. It's different for us, it's different for the guest. We got this infamous brother, all famous as well, Adam, aka Ard Adz, aka the well-known grime UK Moroccan by blood artist. Assalamu alaikum, Aki.
Walaikum salam, man.
What's going on?
I'm good, my bro. How are you, man?
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah, we're good, bruv.
Welcome to my humble abode, man.
Welcome to
bro.
Bedford, my brother.
Respect, man. Appreciate it, man. Love, bro.
The listeners and viewers need to know how this podcast came about, because it's mad.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So, have you found out them Bengali guys who sold you that ringer?
No, I haven't.
Because why? I feel personally insulted, you know.
Yeah.
When my bedroom Nas, big up to Nas who lined this podcast up. When he said to me, odds, he goes, some Bengali brothers in East London shot him a ringer. I was like, nah. One of the biceps did this.
Yeah, biceps are moving mad.
And they went full professional, innit?
Was it slick operation, yeah?
No, they're sick. They're sick still, man. I have to rate their hustle still. They're sick still.
If you man are watching this podcast, wallahi, repent.
I know they're watching it, laughing. Like, don't worry, cuz.
Repent and return that 10 bags.
No,
10 bags, yeah?
That's good, man.
Is it God, yeah?
It's good.
Nah, but they might
No,
reform.
you know why he's sick, yeah? He even gave me back. I gave him 8 bags cash. He even gave me back £80. He said he put this extra.
For diesel. Oh my days.
Oh, these man are different.
That's like an icing. That's like an ice.
No, cold, fam.
That's like an icing on the cake. Like I've done you, but
You know what it is? It's my own fault. It's my greed, innit? I was trying to get a bargain, innit? Yeah. So that's why I got a laugh about it. It's my own fault, innit? They're grinding. We all grind in it in different ways, but it's my fault, innit? I got greedy. I could have added 2-3 bags extra, gone to the dealer. Do you know what I mean? They're cheap. The Evoques ain't that expensive. Tried to get the bargain, 10 bags. Knew it was too good to be true, but still, do you know what I mean? Happens, innit?
It wasn't in your risk, akhi. That's what it is.
Something else was written.
Something else was written.
Trust.
And what was written was this podcast. That's what was written. Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
Listen, born and bred in Brixton, yeah?
Born in St. Mary's Hospital. That's in Paddington, yeah?
That's such a...
But I was raised in Brixton, yes. I was born there. Got on the bus straight to Brixton, fam. Straight after the bus.
And what's life in Brixton?
But obviously when I was first born, obviously I went Brixton for like the first 2 months. My mum had me, and then she was working all that single mum, so she sent me Morocco, innit?
Really?
Yeah, she sent me Morocco. Well, she was with my dad at the time, but it was back and forth sort of thing.
Okay.
He was in Morocco and that, so she couldn't look after me. She sent me Morocco, and I come back when I was 4.
Do you have any memories of Morocco?
Yeah, bare memories.
Tell us some.
Bare memories. I remember they were just sending me shop when I'm like 2-3 years old. I swear down, mad. Yeah, anyone that's Moroccan will know, fam. That's how it goes out there.
Yeah.
2-3 years old.
As soon as you can walk, you didn't move, yeah?
Go to the shop, yeah, that's how it goes. Shilzib teed, shilzib this, go get that.
Yes.
Yeah, all of that, man. It's long.
And when so when you
I
came...
was actually going to school out there as well till I was about like 4, and I left. Yeah, I left.
What's
when I was
school like in
schooling
Morocco?
like in Morocco?
It's alright, man. They give you like this. I remember specifically my aunt having some black little chalkboard, small one, and you go with your own chalk.
Okay, right.
You get me?
Wow.
Yeah. Because them times it was old school, innit?
Not even a pencil case.
Nah. You just go with the
Moving
chalk
pencil case, bro.
and you roll with the chalk.
Moving
You
see-through
get me?
pencil
And
case.
then I remember the teacher with the ruler. If you're talking or any little small little just 2 times on your hand.
But you see them things there. You see there's there, yeah?
It's discipline though, isn't it?
And it's good.
Yeah, it's good. I'm not against that. It's good because they're not abusing, man.
Not
They're
bashing, yeah.
Yeah, it's discipline. Quick one. Your mum's not about. Your dad's not about. Quick one. You need it, fam.
Did you get me?
I held a couple. Yeah. I held a couple. So yeah.
And how old were you when you got back to Brixton?
Like 4.5, 4. Them ages. Then I went straight to school in Loughborough.
Tell me about Brixton.
Was there happening in Brixton as well?
Nah.
Different kind of...
Yeah. No. Obviously, you know Brixton, London, innit? So the teachers are following. There's different laws here, innit? They can't hit you in that, innit? So
Let me say something. There's a misconception that still exists about Brixton.
yeah.
Now, obviously, Brixton, it represents historically, right, a place where there was, the anti-racism marches and protests, riots and all of that.
Yeah.
Riots, which, let's be honest, now retrospectively looking at history, were justified because a lot of racism that the black community experienced from the racist institution of the police, which is still the case.
Yeah, of course.
But from what I'm hearing now, Odds, is that Brixton is slowly but surely becoming more gentrified. Is that true?
It is 100%. So there's way more people moving into Brixton right now than trying to get out. They've built so much new stuff. There's clubs, there's little like pop-up stores, and there's so much new things that's just attracting people to the area. Houses have gone up in value. You get me? So yeah, it's changed 100%. Over the last 10 years, they've changed it dramatically.
Do you think that's
Does it
good?
still feel like home?
It's still, because the people are still there, innit?
Yeah.
You
Home
me?
is home, innit?
Yeah, home is home, innit? So even when they knocked down like Mitesville, they knocked down the hills. Fields was mad, like, because of how it was built. That's why we used to love it as kids. The courts were mad, no cameras, just pitch black, you know what I mean? They've knocked down the whole fields, knocked down the hills, but everyone's still there, you know what I mean? Everyone's still shooting vids there. The blocks look new, but the people are still there. Everything's still going on.
I want to take this moment to give a shout out to my friend Duma. Yeah? Duma, big up to my brother. He had a big family up in Brixton. His brother Dre and all his brothers up there. I remember when I first visited Brixton when I was in year 10. I had a mate called Duma, because I got expelled from school. And the school that I was initially at was like a predominantly Asian school.
Okay.
So when I got permanently expelled, I went to this other school called John Bunyan Upper. That was a predominantly like black mixed race school, yeah?
Okay. Where was that? Was that
in Bedford? In Bedford.
All in bed.
And the thing is, we used to have a lot of beef. So different towns have different dynamics. Certain towns, the crews and the firms are very racialized. You understand? Asian gangs, black gangs, white gangs. Yeah. Other areas, it's mixed gangs. I see that in London a lot. I see that in Manchester a lot. I've not really seen it anywhere else where there's Asian, blacks, whites, all like that.
Yeah.
So in Bedford, I think that's changed now, isn't it?
It has changed.
It's changed.
Now, friend groups are more mixed.
Friend groups are more mixed. It's an area thing now. The London thing is now kind of affected, and we'll get to that. But when back in my time, there was still sadly, this is a black area, this is the Asian man. Okay. And it was like that.
And that still exists up and down the country, to be honest, bro.
In Birmingham especially.
From where I'm from, never experienced it in my life.
Nah, because you want London
is
London's
peculiar.
different.
Yeah.
London's different, brother.
Yeah.
Because like I
No,
said,
but you get some parts of London that are like that. But where man's from, South London.
I heard East is like that.
Yeah, some places in East. There's a couple, 1-2 places in West as well, you know, that are just one races. You get me? But it's not like anyone's racist or nothing.
No, it's just
that's just where the people are.
It's just society.
That's the main community.
That's it, just the main community.
Yeah, that's what it
Like
is.
I got brothers like Dulabai, our brother-in-law. He's from Streatham, right? He said we had mixed friends. Blacks, we had mixed race, we had Pakistanis, we had Bengalis. It was mixed. He had friends up in Brixton, he had friends up in Peggy. It was mixed. But as soon as I started speaking to some cousins up in East, they're like, nah, it's not a thing. Not because we don't want it. It's just the way it is. But back to my story. So when I went to this school, John Bunyan Upper School, my friend Duma, he said to me, bruv, he used to live with his nan. He goes, come with me to Brixton. I said, bruv, I can't come to Brixton. I've heard bare scary things about Brixton, man. I had this like little Jamaica out there, right? And he goes, bruv, you with me, come through. I went there and there was a sense of community there, brother. Don't get me wrong, I saw the flats.
What year? Do you remember what year this was?
This was in 2008
or something?
No.
Earlier?
4 5.
Okay.
4 5.
Better.
Yeah. And he took me through this famous market which starts with M. Do you recall it? Market?
Probably Brixton Village, but I can't remember.
But anyway, he took me there, and I remember going to Brixton. I thought, right, you're gonna get shanked, you're gonna get jacked. Wear your whackers clothes. You know what I mean? And he was saying to me, bruv, just jam your hype, just relax, you'll be fine there. Brixton changed.
Yeah, 100%.
Because you speak to some white folk, they'll still say, yeah, nah, them areas there. Nah, I'm not going to Brixton. Others have said Peckham's got a worse of reputation. Have these things changed? Or does this reputation still exist?
No, do you know, over time, it's definitely improved, and I wouldn't say it's changed completely. Crime still happens every single day in Brixton, like serious crime as well, stabbings,
Shootings.
Shootings. I wouldn't say daily, but weekly, fortnightly, definitely monthly.
There's some type of rota.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, definitely guaranteed monthly. Like I'm not gonna exaggerate and say like weekly because it's not every week man hear a shooting, but sometimes man do. Sometimes there's 2 shootings in one day. So, but yeah, that's my point. Is crime is still going on there, but it's highly improved. It has improved in it, and that's like when I was growing up. I remember like I'll come out my house, there'll be like 50 youths on pedal bikes from the next area cutting through man's area. Again, don't know who they are. 50 youths, you know, because no cameras have picked them up on the way to the area. Now. You couldn't try that. The cameras, as soon as you leave your area with 50 man,
you're getting clocked.
You get cameras are picking you up. They're sending the unit. You're not getting past your mum's bit. Do you know what I mean? So that in that sense, it's improved, isn't it? Cameras, police have obviously they've got more funding and all of that.
More presence.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? There's more presence of police in the area, so but obviously the people are still the same sort of people still live in the area. Do you know what I mean? That's what counts.
Did you yourself ever experience any altercations or people that you knew that were close to you? Like these kind of problems with other crews and other firms, and when you were young.
Did I have any problems growing up with other people?
Did you ever experience it, or did you know people who experienced it?
No, I was in gangs, innit? So I experienced it at full throttle, man.
Talk to man.
Yeah, I was in a gang called Gas Gang. Not sure if you lot have heard of it, but yeah, when I was young, I was running wild, bro. So Gas Gang, that was just like our thing. We started our own gang because we didn't want to have like any orders or anything in it. So it was just us lot. We was all ranged between the youngest being about 12, 13, the youngest, not many at that age though. Oldest being about 16 at the time, innit?
Okay.
But yeah, majority of us was about 15, 16.
And
how many men would you say were in the gang?
At first, when it first started, you know when you first start a gang, everyone's joins the gang, innit?
Yeah.
There was I'd say about 50 still. I got a picture, an old school picture of all of us one time in a football pitch. There's a solid 50, 60 man there, but obviously not everyone at that point.
Were they all from Brixton?
Majority of men was from Brixton, if not like proper surrounding areas, innit?
Okay.
So back then, there was no problems with Stockwell, Brixton Hill, surrounding areas. So that was all.
Peckham?
Peckham's the only area that is, as far as I've been alive, man's had problems with, but not now, not anymore. Okay. Not anymore. Yeah, it's died down.
PDC man, are they Brixton?
Yeah, that's Angel Town. Man.
So they're considered like Jar Jar Souls in that. Yeah, he became Muslim and that. And so were these men considered elders?
Judge is someone I definitely consider as an elder. One of actually the only person I consider as an elder in the hood still.
Do you recall him from back in the day?
From his generation, anyway, 100%. Because no one from his generation I related to or used to actually reach out to because of the age difference in it. But Judge is someone. The reason everyone respects him, he helps everyone in the area. Whether he don't care about your age, color, where you're from. If you're from the hood, and he sees you like up, you're going off path and that. He'll try to guide you in it. Like my first ever music video, first time I recorded was because of Judge. He just picked me up because he heard some of, old school when you send tunes on Bluetooth and that. He heard I was rapping and that brought man, couple of us shot a professional music video for us, you get me? And that proper helped me to want to do music, you get me, from back then. So yeah.
So has Judge still got that respect there?
Definitely. Judge is, like, he lives local. He still lives in the area. He runs a business in the area, a PDC studio that we all use. Do you know what I mean? We all respect Judge like this. Do you know what I mean? He's one of the only people that I respect anyway from the area of that age. Everyone else, it's not that I don't respect them, just don't see them, and it's, do you know what I mean? So
do you remember Judge when you were young?
Of course.
You remember?
Of course, fully. Yeah, man. 100%, fully, yeah.
And when you recall him, like you said the gang was like between 12 to 16. So when you recall Judge, was it when he was still on road or when he had reformed?
I remember Judge when he was still on road, but for like a...
transition phase.
Just before transition phase. Yeah, but not at his worst.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't remember Judge at his worst because I knew of him at his worst, but I didn't personally know him. I started knowing Judge when I was about 15. But when I was about 10, he was... Them times it was bad, innit?
One of the elders, yeah?
Yeah. But I didn't know him them times, you get me? So when I was 15 and I was on the block more active and he was trying to guide me, innit? Like, not like bare other orders that I was just trying to, like, send you can't say, yo, take this, go. Yeah, he wasn't doing that, you get me? That's why, as I'm older now, that's why I've got so much respect for him. Because he could have easily done that, you get me? But he's a proper person, like, I got mad respect.
Man, Allah bless him, man.
Yeah, 100%.
We're big Jar Jar fans, man. When I first heard about Jar Jar's story and PDC generally, I was like, right, you know what, these guys, because they had a massive reputation. They had a massive reputation. Like, man up in Luton and Bedford, we heard about the PDC, man. Jar Jar especially. And even some of his tunes that came out later, he made it clear that one of the spiritual reformations for him was the deen. Right? He said it in his tunes. I think in one tune he even said, look, I don't like swearing, but I just let it off. So man respect for him. But when you got involved, when this gang started, tell me from what you recall, what was the need to form a gang? And I'll tell you what a gang from outside of London meant for us, man. Yeah. Right. So what was the need for the gang?
Do you know what it was? I wouldn't say there was a need for it. Number one, yeah, I'm not even gonna lie, we was boredom, innit? There's nothing to do in that area, yeah, and there's this bare of us, innit? So number one was boredom.
But would youth clubs, let's say something like youth clubs, would that prevent that? Let's be honest.
No, that's not. What can you do in a youth club? If you go in the youth club, say you get there at 12 p.m. Yeah. By the time it's 1:30, you've done everything to do in there, bro.
Yeah.
The day ends at midnight on the weekends when do you know what I mean? So we got bored, innit?
So boredom.
Boredom, number one, innit? So, and number two, obviously there was other gangs, surrounding gangs, like obviously the Peckham youths, there was the Lewisham youths, there was other gangs in surrounding areas, innit? There was the Kennington youth, there was bare little areas with gangs as well, so.
Survival.
Yeah, we just started our own thing and that's all it was, man. It wasn't, it's not like it was, when we started it, we was on some malicious thing, like let's go the neighborhood, like it's not, it weren't nothing like that.
So looking back at it now, bro, yeah, how do you feel about this all these gangs and how things were at a young age? People as young as 12 and 13, you're saying in a gang, that are probably exposed to things, hearing things, hearing man chat about things that you know, that if we had a 12 or 13-year-old nephew or cousin or younger brother, that we'd be a little bit shook if they were exposed to stuff like that. How do you feel looking back at it now?
It's silly, innit? But obviously it's just when you're that young, you don't have the mind you do when you're older, innit? So when you're that age, you're not seeing it as this childish. Like, I remember when I was 15, 16, no one couldn't tell me anything. Like I was so, like if I could speak to that person now, I would just put him in a room and just punch him up.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And do you know what I mean? Just punch him up.
Fix him up one time.
But yeah, so it's just when you get older, it's time, innit?
It is time. So I don't know if it's a London dynamic. I don't know if it's a bit in a city thing. But even to that, because if you look at Peckham, Brixton, Lewisham and all these different areas, they're literally, I would humbly argue, about 5 minutes apart.
Yeah,
some of these areas.
Yeah,
right?
5-10 minutes at
5-10
tops,
minutes
yeah.
apart, right? Now, myself growing up in Bedford, which is a small suburban town, yeah? We had gangs, we had a firm growing up, but ours was more to do with just the wrong role models. We grew up watching Scarface at the age of 7, 8, Carlitos way at the age of 9, 10. We were looking up at our older brothers and cousins and these men who are on the road, right? And we literally just wanted to be like them. Do you understand?
It's working for them.
It's working for them, and that's it. And I like it. But
people like them. They got a good combination of respect and fear and love.
But that was old school though.
Makes sense, innit?
Yeah.
I was like, on, you do the same thing.
Like I'll tell you now, if I look back at the early 2000s, late 90s, the firms that used to be around in Bedford and even Luton, right? They're changed now.
Yeah.
Like I was speaking to one reformed brother in Birmingham, who's old school OG, big mover.
Yeah.
He said, Aki, you know what? It's not the youngers don't even listen to the olders anymore. They're packing, we're packing, everyone's packing. Like my guy there was 14, 15, 16 years old. Back in our days, we respect the elders. The young ones now, they don't want to be told anything. So when I was growing up, I remember the beef sometimes was with the different areas. So we had like Putney, London Road, Kempston. But then I actually made mates as I was growing up. So you mature with age, right? And if I could rewind time, I swear that if I could rewind time, Allah bless my dad, man. You know, dad, you know, I caused my dad a lot of trouble, man. Wallahi, I caused my pops a lot of trouble. And had he not been shadeed with me, if he had not been strict with me, I swear down, I could have gone off railroads, straight up. And I did in certain moments of my life. But even the guys who I've wronged, I still see some of them in the town. I still see them about in the manor. I've wronged you, you didn't even know I wronged you in different ways. So if you could rewind time, I know it's one of the kind of cliche questions. I know it's mad. If you could rewind time, if you could rewind time, would you have done certain things differently, brother?
To be honest, I don't think I would have, you know.
Okay. Mad guy.
Love it.
Yeah. Tell me, talk to man.
Yeah, it would have been the same thing. I'm just saying, obviously, me, when I speak, I just speak in my shoes. And
that's life. Yeah.
Rewind time. Unless my mum lived in another area, I wouldn't have, me personally, in that area, I would have done everything the same.
So you're saying circumstances played a massive role to it?
Yeah.
Like environment.
It was unavoidable, yeah?
It was unavoidable.
Yeah, it's just like, it's avoidable, but it's like... It's
hard.
It's hard, bro. It's one in the blue moon, innit?
So at what point did you move away from the gang?
When I came out of prison, I started just focusing on myself for the first year, and then obviously my girl got pregnant. And then as soon as my son come out, I didn't want no smoke with no police. I didn't want no jail time for at least 2-3 years. I wanted to see my son grow, you get me? So yeah, man, I stayed away from the for like 2 years. I was trying to do the music and just doing little grinds on the side and that, you get me? Nothing serious, go jail for, or you get me? So
how long was your stretch?
When I first got sent, it was 3 years, but you serve half of the time,
Yeah,
innit?
of course.
And then do the other half on road, innit? So.
And talk to us about prison time.
Do you know what? Yeah, bare man say, oh, prison, this, that. Prison was fine, bro. It was calm still. It's a proper waste of time. You feel like a because of the waste of time. You feel like a bum, a loser. Your mum's getting on the train, traveling to come see you. Do you get me? Like, she's sweating and that, bringing you you feel like a waste man, innit?
Yeah.
That's all it is. But
hear that.
the actual experience, it's not like, you know, people say, oh, it's rough, this, that, it's calm.
But it's the
bro.
trouble you putting other people through to see you and that.
That's what it is. That's the only thing that stresses me.
Feel
still,
guilty
like-
for it.
Yeah, that's the only thing. The actual surroundings of prison, you got idiots in there that's in jail for robbing a handbag. You know what I mean? You got nothing to be scared of in prison, man. You found in there.
But prisons differ, right? Cat A's, Cat D's. They're
Yeah,
different.
so I'm talking again from my experience in my shoes. I was in a YOI, Young Offenders Institution. So I went
okay.
Feltham,
Yeah.
and then I went Ashfield. So obviously in Feltham, I was getting into little fights and that, but that's with like the Peckham youths from like beef before prison, innit?
Did you bump into any of your people inside?
Yeah, I saw bare of my brethren in jail, man. Bare of my brethren. I saw bare of my brethren.
Yeah, I mean, we've got some brothers close to us. I'm not going to mention a man's name, and they've been in and out for years, brother. In and out. Certain man, they've gone
But
in.
sometimes you don't know when they're in or they're out.
Yeah,
You don't know.
yeah. There's certain brothers in the ends. Wallahi, it's like, alright, you went in, alright, you back out. It's one of the mad ones.
Sometimes we missed that window when they came out.
Yeah.
And there's other brothers who literally went in one time and just went, never again, I ain't doing this. Like, I'm not about that life. But, you know, when you were in young offenders, like, you hear stories in adult prison where brothers always come and say, look, there's some good akhis in there, right? They should do the Jummah, they should come do the reminders. And like, do you ever bump into these guys? Did they exist in youth offenders?
They do still. So there was a couple good brothers on the wing still, like proper. They was trying to like convert a couple people as well, but for the couple atheists that was on the wing, I remember one brother Bilal was trying to convert them as well. And the imam one time, oh, I got a mad story for you, like, bro. The imam in Feltham was so sick, yeah. Imagine there was a brother in there when I was in jail, yeah. He was on trial for murder. They had no evidence on him, yeah. He, at the time when he come to jail, he was an unbeliever. He wasn't a Christian or Muslim. He was a born Christian, but was an unbeliever, yeah. The imam started giving him extra attention, innit? Going to his cell, talking to him. But obviously, I wouldn't have done this, innit? But that's what I'm saying, it's a mad story. But the guy basically, he converted to Islam, innit? In jail, whilst on trial and that, yeah?
Alhamdulillah.
And he was about to go home, you know. So on the last day of his trial, yeah, the jury, everyone was on his side. He was about to go home. He confessed, bruv. And he was like, as a Muslim, I can't live my life without paying for my sins, no, this and that. And yeah, bruv, and for the confession though, they looked off bare time. He was meant to get like an 18. They gave him like a 12. Can't remember the brother's name still, but yeah, that was mad. That was trending in jail when that happened. You get me?
Subhanallah.
Yeah.
That's a big story. Bro.
Mad, yeah, mad.
That's
I'll
a
never
mad
forget
story.
that. I'll
That's-
never ever forget
That's a
that.
big
You get
story.
me?
You know,
That's powerful, bro.
Proper, yeah,
let me
it's
tell
mad.
you, and let me tell you why that's so super powerful, bro. Yeah, because them kind of principles you used to hear that men of a different age, of a different period, you should do.
Like a special group of man.
Like a special group of Muslim man,
would be that principle.
1,000 years.
course.
Like I would rather be punished for my crime in this world than face Allah in the hereafter for that crime. And he did that,
Yeah.
bro.
Proper values, cause you get me? So I said, me, I don't know if I could do that, bruv, but my
One
man,
day, inshallah.
bruv, yeah, trust me.
One day we all work.
Or one day, let's hope you don't commit, man. That's what
Yeah,
you ever be in a position.
but I'm saying, just to even
Genuinely,
for
yeah.
man's faith to be that, not
No.
faith to be that strong, but for, do you know what I mean, bruv? Like he's
That's mad.
it's mad, bruv. Yeah, it's mad.
You know, I don't know if you've clocked it, but the Home Office have pulled out this kind of like anti-stabbing thing on chicken boxes.
Yeah, I've seen that. Stupid, man.
Mad, isn't it?
That's stupid, bro.
I'll tell you what's the problem with that is, I'll tell you what I find uncomfortable about that. What makes you think, even if it's remotely true, what makes you think that the vast majority of mans who are doing juckins are eating chicken?
Literally.
That's like a racial
It
stereotype.
is, of course. Everyone knows it's trending on Twitter for that. The
It's
people
a
was grilling
madness.
them. And you know the people that put this, these are meant to be smart people, you know. These ain't like dunce people that's gone centre. These are highly
Home
educated
Office.
people, bro.
But they didn't consult no former gang members. They didn't consult any grassroots community
Dumb,
members.
fam.
But let's go move Morley's. Look at their packaging.
Someone put on Twitter.
It's so bad, it makes you crease, innit?
Someone put on Twitter, it's a good thing because if boss man charges you 20p for a chili sauce, you know, joke man up.
You know my boss man don't have them chicken boxes,
Yeah.
innit?
He
puts it in the
boycotted
bag.
it.
He
Told
puts it in
them
the
to
bag.
off, bro.
Yeah,
He's
yeah.
serving. He said, "No, my advertising and that." He's a proper hustler, fam. He's like, "No, cuz he's not hearing that. He wanted a proper check if they put it in his shop, fam. He's not. He's got the normal boxes, bro. M's, fake Morleys, innit?
Yeah.
He's got the-
Yeah, lucky.
That's why he's not having it. He's got his thing printed separately. You know,
I'm making my own moves here, bro.
Let's say Boris came to you. Let's say Boris came to you and said, "Listen, Odds, talk to me. That campaign was a flop, and there seems to be an increase in knife crime in London and other major cities. Okay, you gunned off this box. What would you suggest?"
Me, I know what will help. Yeah, it won't change it. It won't stop it, but it will help. They're putting the money into wrong things. People, are doing music now, innit? You get me? A lot of people are doing music, innit? Yeah. Open some studios, bruv. Give them free studio time, bruv. They'll be in there all day trying to write songs. Do you know what I mean? It's an idea. It might not happen. It's an idea. They can do little things like that. You get me?
How would you counter if Boris, big man, turned around and said to you before Brexit happens, "That's fine, we'll create studios, but these youngers are gonna go in there and make music about stabbing, drugs, and that lifestyle anyway."
But it's music, it's art. Do you know what I mean? There's films about stabbing and gangbanging. That doesn't mean anything. Do you know what I mean? Like when basically I've gone to a couple drill artist shows, yeah, and I'm talking out of London. So when we go out of London, when we're far up north of England and all of that, yeah, the crowd is like 95%, yeah, white people, yeah.
No.
Yeah, 95% are white people, and these are, of course, and these are the people that's consuming the music. So the majority of my streams is from like my streams talking is from Asians, yeah, and from white people, yeah, the majority. Now my brethren, all my drill brethren as well, sticks, all of them, yeah. When they're doing shows and all of that, it's white people coming to the shows. AM and Skengdo, I saw an interview of Finesse Forever saying the same thing. White people are coming to the shows, yeah. These are young white people aged between 16 to 24. Now, when they're leaving the show, they're not stabbing each other, bruv. So how can it be the music? Do you know what I mean? That's the people that's consuming the music the most. When they leave the show, no one's getting stabbed. They're not stabbing each other in their area. They're listening to it the most, you know? More than people in the hood. Some people in the hood doing these stabbings and that, they don't even listen to drill. They listen to Chris Brown. Do you know what I mean? So, so music has got nothing to do with it at all. So
the metro.
So if he's gonna say, they're gonna be making music about so and so, it's rather than make music about it than rather be doing it in real life. Do you know what I mean?
So like a lesser evil kind of thing.
Yeah.
So okay, but I don't know if you heard about this, but the Metropolitan Police, I think it was about a year and a half ago, they took down like 900 drill videos from YouTube.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So are you saying that you don't feel that there's a direct correlation between gang violence and drill music?
Definitely not.
Zero. That's a massive claim.
If you take off all the drill videos right now, yeah, every single drill video right now,
they'll still be juking.
More.
Because
man are mad that their 5 million views are gone, fam. So now, man's riding fully. Man's got nothing to lose. Do you get it, fam?
Man's moving like a ninja now.
Yeah, bruv. I'm telling man, we live in 2019, bruv. Like, people are trying to make money, bruv. They're trying to blow, fam. Their brethren or their pagan is blowing. Do you know what I mean? So people ain't got as much time to be riding on you as, do you know what I mean, bruv? Yeah. They're trying to make it, bruv. Everyone's making it nowadays, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Okay. So, do you see what I'm saying?
I see it makes sense.
No one's really got time for that, bruv. It's 07, 06, 05. There was nothing to do. You go to my area, everyone is outside on the area. 80 man deep. Nothing to do, bruv. Nothing. Zero, zilch. Bare riot vans. Feds are happy. Nicking bare man. Bonuses going up. Get bare man promoted, sergeant. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not happening no more, bruv. The man are in the booth. The man are on tour. The man are abroad.
Yeah.
Do you see what and it's not just my area, it's other areas too. Do you see what I'm saying? So social media helps a lot, bruv. Yeah. From what I've seen anyway, from my area, you get me?
So why do you think that theory is peddled then? Why do you think the establishment and the police as an institution, they seem to have targeted drill?
And all that, bro. Can you see why it's an easy connection to make? Because when man talking about getting chefed day and night in
of course, the music, for someone that wants to, let's say, move to, let's say, Westminster, yeah, but they've seen a video on YouTube of youths on their road doing a video, yeah, all of them are ballied up, hooded up. These people might be scared to live there. So I think the media is blowing it out of proportion for smaller reasons. Do you know what I mean? I don't know how to put it in words, but I don't think it's that much of a big deal, bruv.
So you basically, they're shifting the focus from something which is actually not that much of a big problem.
Do you know what? yeah, if you don't have time, check the stats here on Google and that, yeah, because I've checked in it. In 2003, yeah, this is way before man knew what drill was. Before even I heard of American drill, Chief Keef and that. Yeah, so there was no such drill wasn't born yet.
Yeah.
Cool. There was more stabbings and firearm charges in London than ever before. Yeah.
I think Akala mentioned something like this in a recent interview.
Yeah, cool. I didn't even know that. I just went on Google and typed this shit. And 2003's bar was mad high. You get me? There was no drill back then. There was nothing to. It was boredom that was making people do that. Do you know what I mean?
So back to that then. Okay, so fine. Okay, not everyone can become a grime artist or a drill artist or a writer or a producer, right? And boredom, you're right. You're right. You know when you've got Jack Dillon to do, yeah? When you've got Jack Dino to do, you usually get up to mischief of all sorts, right?
You'll find something to do.
You'll find something to do.
Often the case when it's 80 man deep, they ain't got very good ideas.
Yeah, and it is.
know
But
what I mean?
we've been there when the brothers are on it, they're on it, and everyone just follows.
Good
Yeah,
idea,
There's a couple of man that calls it.
See
and
someone
that's it,
lurking.
just-
Yeah, before you know it, one man has done a mad thing, and now all of you are gonna get nicked.
That's it.
So,
That's
do
it.
you
That's
see what I'm saying? Yeah.
standard.
So,
Like in Bedford, we had the infamous River Park beatings. Yeah, where brothers were bored in summer. Well,
No, just picking man off like snipers, bro.
Some of the brothers, about 10, 15 man, were just bored in the summer. And we got this place called the River Park. Just start clotting man for no reason.
just beating man up.
I went to prison, did big, massive stretches.
Why?
Bro, just man are walking
Boredom.
street, punching, eyes gone. Another
Boredom.
one, yeah, but eyes gone, man's out, captain.
Kick the young'un into the river, and literally
Take his dog, kill his dog, chuck it in the river. Mindless.
When we spoke to the brothers afterwards,
Boredom, innit, bro?
legit. And then they started boredom though, innit?
Of course it's boredom.
Some of it was a beef thing with some other youngers from a different
You
area.
got beef with a Labrador, do you know what I'm saying?
But I'm saying
Didn't they even bark?
No, but boredom. You're right. Boredom is something. But then, okay, fine. If not music and studio, what else could it be?
That's what I'm saying. I'm just from what I can see in my area, that would help a lot in it. Or just
Scholarships,
scholarships, sports, give people like more things to do, bruv. It's not hard. Do you know what I mean, fam?
But
Like
you're saying there's talent in the ends, yeah?
bare talent in the area.
For different things.
For different things, fam. Do you know what I mean? So like, just open up some new things, fam. Some facilities for the people, bruv.
Fair enough.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and yeah, fam, and it will definitely stop crime, man. It will bring it down. It won't stop crime. It will bring it down, innit? It will bring it down a lot, fam.
You know, we touched upon Jaja, right? And how he was a senior in your ends, and obviously his.
Oh, sorry to interrupt as well. I'm not saying they should do this, innit? But if they're serious about stopping knife crime, chicken boxes ain't stopping nothing, bro. You see, if they say if they say tomorrow the new law is 8 years for a shank, bare of these kids, yeah, that haven't got real beef are gonna put down their knives, and then just the real youths are gonna still roll with their shank. Do you get it? Because whether it's 10, 20 years, I know, like, do you get it, fam? Your shank. Do you know what I'm saying?
I'm glad you said that. Shall I tell you why? Remember what we spoke about?
Just separate the boys from the men. Put the sentence for 10 years for a shank. Watch all the little kids
Yeah.
off.
Okay.
Do you get it?
How serious are you about holding this blade? Come on. Let's see it. Let's see how.
Do you see what I'm saying? There's certain man out there that don't care because their life is genuinely in danger, bruv.
Yeah.
So they don't care about no 10 years, bruv. It's their life first,
Yeah,
innit?
of course.
But that's what I'm saying. Man are getting caught with shanks and coming home, bruv. Why should they put their shanks down, fam? Do you know what I mean?
Remember when we had
No
that-
one's going in jail, fam, for no knives, bruv. Like,
Remember when we spoke about that if the UK and certain Western countries implement certain aspects of Sharia law, I swear down, like you commit certain crimes, there's gonna be retribution for
As
it.
a
Hard.
deterrent.
I've been to countries, yeah. No, I've been to Dubai the other day. No crime. You know why? You do one small thing, you're done out here, bruv. My brethren writ off a car in Dubai, yeah. He just drove. Normal, like, legit, insured, everything, yeah. Drove, was a little bit in it. Clapped the car, weren't even over the limit, bro. Clapped the car. This a G-Wagon, so it's just done a mad thing. It's spun and done bare freeze. And they put him in prison, bruv. 9 months. Told him 100 bags for your belt. You don't have that sort of money. You get me? Like,
They come down on you hard.
Yeah, bruv, like,
So you're saying harsher laws can potentially have?
Yeah, it makes my shook, innit?
no one's doing crime out there, bruv. I was in Dubai, fam. Like, man are giving you back your when you drop it.
But true,
Like,
but
they don't, like, swear down, drop your watch over there. They'll give it
no,
back
we
to
know,
you,
but
fam.
Habibi, listen to this. There's two reasons for this story. You're right. You're absolutely right. Crime is like super low in the Emirates and the Gulf generally.
Yeah.
But because the punishment's real, fam. So
Punishment's
separating the boys from the men. There's still crime there, but it's real criminals. You get me? Not no little idiots trying to do it for 1 year and then say, yeah, I'm gonna go uni after this. Do you get it, fam? You're just f***ing up the base, bro. And that's what's going on in London. There's bare little youths that they're not here to do this for long term, or do you know what I mean? They're coming back down for summer holidays, doing bare and then going back up to campus, bro. And then, do you know what I mean, bro? Making bare little YouTube videos about it and that. And then it's just, do you know what I mean, fam? It's just unnecessary, fam.
Okay, but where did I'm not saying it's a myth, but sorry, where did this understanding come from that a lot of these guys are uni students?
I'm not saying uni, I'm just using that as an example, innit? Because the people that I've seen, and like, you get me, I've seen man doing that, where they come down, do a couple and go back up to uni, and then your brethren's got to live with the that you've just come and dealt, like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
fam?
that is mad.
So a lot of people are doing that, you get me, fam? Like, and bare man ain't in this for life, bruv. Do you know what I mean? Bare man ain't in this for life. Like, they genuinely know in their heart, I'm just gonna do this for a little 12 months and then try live like you're f***ing up the base, fam.
Okay, so we touched upon earlier in the podcast about Georgia and his how he's someone that you respect, someone who played a positive impact and a role in your life. Yeah. Now, what's your views on rappers like Akala and Low Key?
Hard. I respect them, man. Yeah.
And what do you think about the content, the message?
Yeah, if I could do it, I'd do it myself, but I just can't rap like that. But yeah, the message is good still. I wish that music was more
mainstream.
Yeah, not even just respected more. It's just.
But can you see why it wouldn't be? Because they're literally.
If they put Akala, or Low Key on daytime radio, and like proper give them and their promotion, how certain other artists, how other music gets promoted, I genuinely believe like it will cause certain riots and that still.
But they wouldn't do that
because bare people in the country don't know what's going on. They genuinely don't know. They just hear radio, and if that music, if they're hearing that and listening to what my man's saying, and he's like becoming bigger as an artist and he's getting more influence, and that's the message he's putting across. 100% they don't want that because it will start riots, bro.
Nah, they want to keep Ellie Goulding in man's ears, innit?
Yeah, if you listen to what them lot are saying, it's mad deep, you know.
No, of course you do. I mean, look, let's be serious about it. The reason why I believe that kind of lyrics and that kind of production can never become mainstream because them pagans in the establishment, it goes against their very fabric of power.
Exactly.
They've created certain societies and certain communities where certain groups, whether it be Muslims or blacks or people of color or immigrants or people of immigrant background, they've put them in certain areas. Like I was saying to our cameraman who's politely filming and doing hard work, I said to him, tell me something. If you went up to a nice area in Kensington or somewhere, why is that we never find a corals there? Or bookies there? How come it is that in the most socio-economically struggling places that you find bookies? That like a whole chain of bookies.
Bedford here, Coral here, everything.
Yeah, Brixton, bare of them.
Yeah,
There's
so
like 20 bookies.
Yeah, and the thing is, I can never see Akala or Low Key's music, more so Low Key. They're both deep and they're both very serious, but Low Key more so because I think Low Key has that stigma of Muslim, right? And when he goes in hot like that tune of it, which one got banned?
Which one? I think he's had more than one tune that's banned.
No, there's one about calling Bush. We was calling Bush a terrorist, right?
Yeah. Old
that
school.
That got banned, right? And let's be honest about it, it's just hard truths. He's talking about government laws, government agencies, and all that. You think that's deep, then? Yeah.
Yeah.
Would we ever see an attempt at moving towards that direction?
No.
Try it, right?
Maybe when I'm
Do
older.
look what's happening, innit? Send man voice note.
Maybe when I'm older, do you know what? It's not me, innit? It's not me. It's not me still. Obviously.
You're gonna let me know if it ever does become you. Let me know.
Yeah, I will.
I'll make dua for you.
If it does, but it's just not me, man. It's just not me.
Is it cool if we make dua for you to do them?
Yeah, of course, bro.
Respect. Well, look, so Boris came to you, you're opening up studios. He says to you, studio's going to be about music, about violence and that. You saying, take all the music off and let's see what happens to crime. You're saying it's still going to happen.
Of course. 100%. Put everything on the line. You can bet anyone that wants to bet right now.
You're a dad, right?
Yeah.
How old's your son?
He's 9 in March, so he's 8 right now.
MashaAllah.
Yeah.
Can I ask you a question? If you ever saw him, because one of the things I grew up as well, clocking as well, and I spoke to the brothers, there's a fine line between tight bedrooms, compadres, like ride and die brothers.
Yeah.
And then there's like a wider network of mandem, right?
Yeah.
And that blurred line can sometimes be, these are the guys that here from start to end, and this is where I could potentially get involved in mob violence, yeah? And it can happen because people cross over.
Yeah.
How would you as a father, if as he grows up, if you sense that maybe he was drifting towards that way, Is it something that, how would that make you feel? Just out of curiosity.
That's something. It's one of my nightmares, but I definitely would be there to guide them away from that sort of thing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Obviously, with other people, I think.
You said nightmares. That means it's something you think about.
Yeah, of course, because obviously, kids, they're gassed, innit? Like, not my son, but well, my son's a little bit gassed, but my brethren's son, like, he's just gassed, innit? He knows who his dad is, so you be going to school like, what, do you know who my dad is, bro?
Oh, right.
Yeah, do you get it? So all of it, but he's young though, innit? You know when you're young and that, but yeah. So, but it's just like, I wouldn't want that at all. So I'll definitely be there to guide him, and you get me. I'll put in all my time and effort to like lead him away from that lifestyle, man.
May Allah protect him, brother, man. May Allah
Yeah,
protect all
inshallah.
you, man. I mean, man. So, and what other worries as a dad do you have besides obviously gangs and that? You know what I mean? Because
Ard as the parent, what are the concerns that go through your mind when you get the father cap on?
Just normal concerns you'll have for a child, bro. Like,
did you beat him? Did you beat him?
You know what? Yeah, like I said, he's not naughty yet. He's like he's does little cheeky things and that. Like, you get me? But do you know what, bruv? He's not naughty, so I haven't had to put hands on him.
Alhamdulillah.
You get
Wicked,
me?
wicked,
Only once. His whole life. Put hands on him once. He was about, how was he, like 3? But I didn't hit him. Like, we was in Toys R Us, tried to take the toy without paying, but he knows you're meant to pay, innit? Like, we've done this times. We've done this bare times, bro. Do you know what I mean? He saw the queue was long. He's like, no. Tried to walk out. Obviously, put the toy back. I took him outside, give him a little one. He said, you have to pay. He's gone.
You should have said, son, you're lucky we're not in the UAE, man. It was like different.
The both went,
Inside 100 bags.
Right, some of the man that within your industry, right? Like Gecko. Is you type with Gecko?
Yeah, it's my brother, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And he's Algerian, right?
Yeah, he's half Algerian, half Libyan.
Half Algerian, half Libyan.
Yeah,
From Maghrebi.
yeah.
And do you guys ever exchange kind of Maghrebi experiences? Like obviously you're from a Moroccan background, he's Libyan, Algerian. So naturally there's major cultural similarities. Right?
He's man's neighbour basically still.
Yeah.
But no, we don't really talk in Arabic to each other or nothing like that.
Is that not a thing? No.
No.
Like even like little bants here and there.
Little words
Not even
like
like
hoya
Sophie.
and that, and little words and that. But
Yeah.
we don't speak in Arabic to each other. No.
Do you ever, bringing the podcast to a close? Yeah. Real question. Do you ever envisage giving up the music industry, retiring?
100%. Yeah, 100%. It's not something I thought of doing anytime soon, but 100% that is something. I'm not going to do this forever. Do you know what I mean?
You know, as I mentioned to you before the podcast, and respect to you for coming onto this podcast.
No, love, bro. Love having me.
No,
Bro, appreciate it.
and I explain to you what that is, yeah? Certain people that we've invited into the podcast, right? Surprisingly, they've been quite positive about it. Because they come from different industries. Like, I've had it out with Piers Morgan, live TV about LGBT.
Seen that, yeah.
Completely different to what certain men have been up to, right? But I believe there's some similar beliefs and values that man have, irrelevant of your background. And many of our viewers and listeners will be like, okay, because they are generally like of an Islamic conservative type, they're going to be like, okay, the elephant in the room is art is in music and music is haram and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And you probably heard that bare times anyway.
Millions, bro.
In social and everything.
Yeah, so
Inbox. If I open my inbox now,
Stop it, bro.
but wallahi, let me conclude the podcast on this, my dear brother, yeah? And I'm not going to get emotional on you or nothing like that.
Yeah.
Wallahi, I want for you what I want for myself. And that's
appreciate
paradise.
that. I appreciate
Wallahi.
We both do, bro. We see you as our brother. This
Appreciate
podcast
that,
called
bro.
Blood Brothers.
Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Bro. Love,
And
bro.
I'll tell you what that is. We were saying it. If this guy ever bounces from the podcast, it's still Blood Brothers, because every brother that comes as a guest is my brother.
Appreciate
And
that,
like, as much as I know the industry that you're in and the background that you're in, I pray that maybe we see a reformed, maybe more politicized.
Definitely in the future. Definitely. Man.
I'll even help you with the lyrics, man.
Definitely help me with the lyrics.
I'll help you with the lyrics.
or content or satin.
We'll have Boris Oddman, man.
Trust me.
Yes.
I was respect my brother.
No, I love you, man. Love having me, man.
The pleasure was ours, man.
Yeah,
Really, it was.
Love, man.
Brothers and sisters, Jazakumullah khairan for tuning in. And the foes out there, I know you're going to be there. Just leave a comment. It doesn't have to be a positive comment. Just
Whatever
leave a
comment you want, man.
And if you listen from the States and Canada, subscribe to the Mad Mumlux YouTube channel. For all the audio platforms, follow the Mad Mumlux platform. For 5 Pillars, it's YouTube. And that's it for today.
Is it really?
Yes, I handed it over to you. That was the cue.
Yeah, and how do our podcast end then?
Oh, raw!
Yeah.
Oh, raw!
Others don't even know what's coming in this piece.
Okay.
What's this?
Oh, I forgot.
So let's chat to you about how all
Okay.
podcasts close, yeah?
That's crazy. That's the first.
I was thinking, you know what, I'm hearing Dilly chat, yeah? And I'm thinking, this guy's about
That's
to
the first.
He's about to wrap things up.
This looking like a setup. What's coming, fam?
Did you not wonder what this was?
I was pre-ing it still.
Okay. Man was
Okay. So
doing
basically, bro, yeah. you know when the Muslims in Arabia, when they came out of like Mecca, Medina, and they came out of the Arabian Peninsula.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And they're trying to
started to spread
They're trying to spread the deen and that.
back in the time of the Prophet.
Yeah, yeah.
And they should come to certain areas. And out of goodness of their heart, they should say, look, accept Islam. It's good for me, it's good for you, it's good for our akhirah. Nah, okay, fine, pay the jizya tax. Yeah?
Yeah.
Nah, okay, it's an arms house. Yeah? I'm not saying the inspiration was directly due to this. Because you're right, brother. So we tell our guests 3 things. Arm wrestle, thumb war. Now, obviously, I know you had a bad experience with Bengalis.
Yeah.
I swear down, if you guys are watching it, brother.
No, my son's Bengali, fam. It's calm.
Oh, bless.
Yeah, I love Bengalis, but obviously that man just did me, innit?
Yeah.
That's why I even trusted the little
Oh, what they did, my brother Ard Adz.
If you like watching it, wallahi, repent and give the brother some pee back. So anyway,
Fix up, you man.
fix up, man. Let the Bengalis down. So anyway, listen. So basically, we offer an arm wrestle, a thumb war, or you have to try this Bengali delicacy. It's called bon.
I want some delicacy still, cause I like Bengali food.
Have you had pan before? You must have seen this thing. At least once.
I think I've seen it in shops, but
Yeah.
my girl always brings me bare Bengali food from her mum's house and that. I love it still. Eat
So-
all of it.
So what was I gonna say was this is called bon. It's it's bittersweet, right? Usually we have it after dinner. It's a good way to
Just
digest
bless it with
food.
more of that sweet thing then.
It's a sweet thing.
Let me see. Let me see what I'm going to Nah, come on, man.
Why?
Bro, you don't mind kick off about they want more of that sweet. This.
That's enough. Yeah. All right. Okay.
What is this, guys?
It's sweet. It's
Okay,
sweet.
okay.
The more the sweeter it is, the more you'll
Like
enjoy it.
Pepper, fam.
No. It's
Cool.
man putting K in
me,
it.
cuz.
Man putting K and pepper in it. Nah, it's crushed rose petal. So it's on that romantic.
I trust you, lads. Don't say no
Put
more.
it in one mouth.
Yeah.
Put it on one side and just chew it.
Yeah.
And obviously there's water here if you need it.
But you don't need that water, bro.
Right.
So I don't need that. No, I know this is funny now because of the
What
pepper
like-
and
what
the
like- what like you don't need
water
it,
in
bruv?
case
Bro,
I
I
need the water.
am it with you right now. Or yam it with you.
Come on, man.
Alright, cool.
Bro, this ain't no bush tucker trial, fam.
You've already been done by one group of Bengali. We would never do that to you. Understand?
So, no, let's go.
Yeah, we ain't gonna double up on
We
that.
ain't gonna
Come
double
on.
up. No, never that. Never that.
Like,
never
I
that.
know you man with your hot
No.
foods and that. Fam.
Yeah, our curries and that are mad. Don't get me
Man, I
wrong.
pull out hot desserts now as well.
Right. One. Put it in
Cool.
your mouth.
Yeah,
Chew
come.
and chew and chew.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see how we did that? Man,
proper.
man banged it like a seasoned veteran.
Proper like a freshie. Just like, yeah.
Love it.
That's it.
Oh, nice.
You like it, yeah?
Man have it after food.
Bang 'em.
Man, now certain Somali man and Yemeni man, they try comparing it to khat. I go, listen, this ain't khat. It's like a caffeine leaf that Somalis and Yemenis
Like a
have.
chew the tobacco kind of thing.
That can get you high sometimes.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. Right, I actually forgot about the closure, man. Respect, man.
So what is this leaf?
Yeah, so this is Ban.
The leaf is called barn. The nut is a nut. It's beetle nut.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's an actual nut, and then that red thing is rose petals that have been crushed.
Leaves a fresh taste. Still.
Yeah.
There are obviously haram variations of this, but man, I don't know about that lifestyle. Maybe that after party or something, right?
That's banging still. I've never tasted nothing but nice, bro.
Cool, take some. Take some.
Take some for the ride.
Brothers and sisters, Jazakumullah khairan for tuning in. As I mentioned, subscribe to the channel, like this video, share it, leave a comment. And for our American and Canadian followers, follow the Mad Mumlux. And for all of you who don't like watching podcasts, you can find us on SoundCloud, Spotify, Google, Apple if you search the Mad Mumlux. And that is all for today.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Black Brothers Podcast. 5 Pillars of Mad Monolith Production.